Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Sara.
What's up? And Maya.
And we're charmed and dangerous.
You know, because we are charming.
And we be dangerous.
Very dangerous.
And apparently the most difficult to love.
Oh, it's so hard to love, I guess.
And on today's episode, we are coming back at y'all with a Zodiac episode, blah, 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 blah. I'm really annoyed right now.
Right.
Just thinking about the topic because we actually have a list that has been curated by a dumbass, probably a Cancer.
Right.
And I'll list it right here. It is all the Zodiac signs ranked by most difficult to love to least difficult to love. So meaning in this episode, we will discuss this list, our thoughts on it. I'm a Scorpio.
I'm a Sagittarius.
I'm a Scorpio stellium.
Sagittarius stellium.
Gemini moon.
Libra moon.
And
Actually, I feel like our risings are important in this too.
I'm a Capricorn rising.
Aquarius rising.
Yeah, we both have Saturn ruled rising signs, so we don't have time for the bullshit, as you know. Anyway, we're gonna discuss. And before we get into the video, if it's your first time here, welcome. We're not always this aggro and aggressive.
This is true.
We're usually pretty chill and mellow, you know, a little hyphy from time to time.
Yeah.
But, you know, we're a little irritated because our names are at the top of that list, you know, our Zodiac signs. We're gonna actually post it here. We'll have it come and pop up throughout the video.
Yeah, so you're reminded.
Right.
That we're at the top.
Right. I mean, I love being at the top of any list, just not this list.
Really, I'm like, okay.
But before we get into the juice of the video, we would love it if you guys would subscribe down below. Your girls over here, we cover anything that two best friends would talk about anyway, such as astrology, fuck boys, girl code, friendships, anything that two best friends would talk about on a regular basis, we cover. And we just have a camera in front of our face. And if you didn't know, we also have a podcast. So in our podcast, we discuss the same topics, just more in depth. So this is kind of like the tip of the iceberg in terms of what we talk about. We're gonna link our podcast down below. It's on Spotify, Apple, everything that you want.
On the site.
And now on to the video. So you guys, don't think that we're being rude throughout this video. We're gonna have our phones just because we're looking at the list.
At the list.
So we can have, you know, our most, you know, genuine responses to what's happening. I just have something to say. I just want to know why Aries isn't top 3. Because listen, as much as I'm annoyed with this, I understand why Scorpio and Virgo are up there because, like, astrologically speaking, Venus is in detriment in Virgo, Scorpio, and Aries. So the planet of love doesn't necessarily like being in those signs because we're like, but like, fuck off. Like, honestly, I think it's really rude that Scorpio's up there because I think I'm really easy to love, and I honestly think that people are just, you know, they're scared of us.
Right.
It's not my fault your mama raised a bitch. You don't gotta be scared of me, hun.
Right.
You don't gotta be You're only scared of a Scorpio if you're fake as fuck and you're a liar.
Truth. If you're afraid of being exposed, that's why you're afraid of Scorpios.
Exactly. I understand why Virgo's up there because Virgos are trash.
They are actually very hard to love. Like, you want perfection all the time, so like I totally get Virgo.
Virgos are difficult to love because they just don't know how to love themselves, which is why they're really great at being perfectionists.
Yeah.
Like, they just think they can always achieve more.
Right.
Which I feel like in matters of love, it's easier if you're accepting of the people around you.
Tiring for a lover.
Yeah.
Always having to be perfect, making sure everything's like right on. Like, are they gonna love it if I don't? If my hair is out of place or it isn't just like this and the lines aren't all straight? Like, I genuinely feel like for a Virgo sometimes, like, if the atmosphere isn't right or isn't just perfectly, like, they're really upset. You know what I mean?
They
so
are.
I definitely agree with them being first.
You guys, I mean, Virgos, I love you. I have Virgo family members, Virgo friends.
My man is Virgo,
I just
my mother's Virgo.
feel like you guys sometimes are so robotic, and I just want to see you be a little bit more pleasant in matters of love and just kind of believe in the magic of love. I feel like, I know I sound like a water sign here, in the magic of love. But like, honestly, like, you got to be a little bit softer. Like, you got to believe when people tell you they love you. I feel like Virgos don't believe you when you're telling them this part of you I adore.
Yeah.
They're like, why? I haven't perfected this part of me yet. So I don't understand why you love this part of me because I don't like it, and the fact that you like it, it's disgusting to me.
Yeah. No, 100%. I feel like they have such a hard exterior.
They do.
You know what I mean? They really do.
That stoic face.
Yeah, and they really just want to be stoic to like everyone, and it's like to the people close to you, you just come off as like unapproachable and like awkward and kind of like an asshole. You know what I mean? Because like we obviously know that you do wrong.
This is just really rude, this list, because I'm looking at it and my big three is in the top.
That's why I said we had to say our risings too, because literally, okay, so Sagittarius, Aquarius, Capricorn.
How do you feel like that
risings?
three?
You know, I'm very upset. Especially with Sagittarius, like, why are we so high up there? Like, if any
why are you up there?
If it was gonna be any fire sign, it should have been Aries.
No, it should have been Aries, but Sagittarius is, you guys are hard to love because you don't even stick around. You don't stick around long enough for someone to love you.
I feel like Libra, Pisces, Cancer, like, I mean, Cancer, they stick around, Pisces can stick around too, but like, I feel like they are like fickle with love too, and they're very bottom.
You mean Libra?
List. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Libra is ruled by Venus, so I understand why they're down there.
You know.
But to be completely fair, like, how can you love a Libra when they're hoeing all the time? Like, I can't love someone that's always hoeing. This is what I don't understand. Like, how are we the most difficult to love as Scorpios when we're the most dedicated lover, when we decide we're dedicated to you?
No.
I know we don't always decide that we are, but once we decide it's you, it's you. So stick around through our tests.
All the tests.
If you pass these tests,
oh my gosh,
we will be dedicated to you.
Actually test you guys.
I mean, I feel like I need to know what's up. Like, I'm not just gonna believe you when you tell me you love me. I'm gonna put you through some tests.
Put you in actual situations
how you do.
I cannot emphasize this enough.
I'm not gonna be blindsided, bro. Like, I don't wanna be blindsided. Like, I'm not out here trusting people just to trust people.
No.
Like, what am I, stupid? What am I, Pisces? What am I, Cancer?
Right.
No.
All people at the bottom of the list?
Literally.
No.
They're easy to love because they don't think.
But also,
they don't think.
Yeah, right. And that's why, like, to me, I found it so funny that those three were at the bottom of the list because
they don't think.
And those are the least signs that I'm personally attracted to. You know what I mean? I feel like they're so fickle. Like, I mean, they can be fickle at heart.
I think they're
like,
sweethearts. I think they literally put the sweethearts at the bottom. Cancer, Pisces, Libra.
Right.
Of course, they're easy to love.
Right.
But are they challenging you?
Right.
Are they sexy?
Don't you want to challenge?
Don't you want me to make it hard for you to love me?
Because apparently I'm so challenging.
I'm sorry, what's hotter than someone that's all my childhood trauma? All my childhood trauma is coming out right now.
Right.
Love is supposed to be challenging. Life isn't supposed to be easy.
You just have to know that I love you, even if I don't say it. Because I feel like that's the other thing with like my.
I think all three of these.
They like expect you to know,
but
they don't always like explicitly take the moment to be like, especially I feel like Sagittarius and Aquarius, you know what I mean? I feel like they can go through the motions so much that they're not like, let me pause the moment, really express my feelings to you. You know what I mean?
I feel like,
I guess I get why it's like some people are turned off by that, but like, isn't it so much more special when we do open up?
To be completely honest, I feel like Virgo, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Aquarius, Capricorn, the top 5, these are the signs that want to be chased.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, they'll never say it, but why would I chase you? Like, you're supposed to chase me. You know what I mean? Like, and that probably has to do with the fact that it's harder for these signs to express their emotions. I feel like. So they'd much rather have the balls be in their court. Yeah. Rather than put themselves out there and look dumb. I feel like Virgo, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Aquarius, Capricorn, all 5 of these signs hate looking stupid. Yeah. And I feel like maybe in matters of love, you kind of do have to put yourself out there.
Yeah, for sure.
We have a difficult time doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like also, I want to say, except for Virgo, maybe, like, the other signs, I feel like they're, like, alphas. Yeah. You know what I mean? I feel like I would generally say that they're, like, alphas.
Yeah, for sure.
Not so much Virgo, but...
Virgo, you're a virgin. Why would you be an alpha? Especially
into comparison to the bottom ones of, like, the Cancer, the Pisces, the Libra. I just see them more as, like, you know, feminine or like docile signs, which obviously is not true 100% of the time, so y'all don't come for me. Yeah. But
because there is masculine and feminine energy in the Zodiac.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And I feel like a lot of these
Virgo
is feminine. So I wouldn't say that for them, but I feel like Scorpio, Sagittarius, Aquarius, Capricorn, they are more masculine.
Yeah.
Also, can I just say, I think it's really cute that like Gemini and Leo are just like hanging out in the middle. They're just like, everybody loves me, like we're cool, like I feel like you guys are just hanging out in the middle.
Yeah, as always.
Right.
I mean, not Leo, but Gemini. Like, when are you not in the middle of something?
Right.
Like, Gemini's always in the middle. Like, be like, I don't know. Like, I don't know, you guys. Like, I really see your point, but like, your point's great too.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be loved, but is that too easy?
Right. And I feel like the fact that Gemini is like technically above Leo and Leo is above Aries, like that's all fucked up. Like you guys got these middle ones.
I'm sorry, Aries needs to be 3.
They need to
Sag
be 3.
can go to 4.
Sag can be 4. Yeah.
And Scorpio can be 12.
Oh, damn, I feel like maybe Aquarius is before Sag.
Girl, stop. She really tried that. You guys literally, okay.
I'm in denial.
Yeah,
okay.
you're definitely in denial. Because like, yo, Sages, like, I love you so much, bestie. But you Sages literally hate commitment so much because you're always, Jupiter's influence on you is like, what else is out there? Like, fear of missing out. Like, your love of your life is next to you, but you're like, fear of missing out. Like,
yeah,
let it go. Like, it's okay to be like wanted by one person. Like, you don't always have to look for the next best experience. And I feel like that's why it's easy, or it's hard for people to love you, because you're always on to the next thing, and they don't know where they stand with you, because you're always playing it cool, and nothing ever phases you. So it's like, how could they put themselves out there when nothing ever phases you? Like, you'll never ever show them that you want it, because you're always playing the role of like, I'm cool, I'm fine, I'm the party girl.
Yeah.
You know?
No.
So are we gonna agree with the fact that a Cancer made this list?
Yes.
Like,
definitely.
Clearly a Cancer
or
made
a
this
Pisces.
list. Yeah, for sure. Like, but Cancer. I feel like
I do feel like
Pisces
Cancer
doesn't
too.
care enough to do shit like this.
I agree.
Cancer like got fucked
And,
over
like, they wouldn't
by
put
Virgo, by
first.
Scorpio,
Yeah, exactly.
by Sagittarius.
Pisces
They're
would
like,
not put Virgo first. Yeah.
I will not let this happen. Like, most difficult to love.
Me at the very end.
I'm perfect.
Everybody loves me. I have so much love to give. I literally feel like the bottom 3 signs are very much like that. They're like, I have so much love to give, and that's why everybody thinks that they're the easiest sign to love. That's not necessarily the case. Cancer, Pisces, and Libra all have extreme shortcomings, okay? They live in like a la-la land. They have bad attitudes.
Yeah, they do.
They can be very like...
Honestly, they love playing the victim.
Yes.
Can I be honest?
And I don't like that
All
shit.
3 of you love playing the victim.
Like that shit.
Like, honestly, it really, to be completely honest, Taurus should be at the bottom too.
Yeah.
Because Taurus is really easy to love. They're just so...
They'll just...
Taurus is who they are since the day they were born.
Not that they like blow with the wind because they're a steady rock.
Yeah.
But like, they might as well.
They're so
be like,
mellow.
I'll just go along.
I think Taurus is easy to love when you really do fuck with them.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna be surprised by them. You know what I mean?
So
like,
true.
if you fuck with a Taurus and you really see parts of them that you love, like, chances are Taurus is gonna be that person for the rest of their life.
Forever.
So they are easy to love because you've already decided you fuck with them. You know what I mean? Like, Taurus rarely switches up.
That's so true.
You know?
And I do love that about them. That
Yeah.
makes them very easy to love because it's stability, it's constant. It's like I can rely on this feeling and these actions always, which isn't, you know,
necessarily the case for all
these other signs. Yeah.
I'm just actually jaded about the fact that I'm number 2 because like everyone always says how much they want a Scorpio's love, but it's like you're not ready. You're not ready for all this love and intensity. Like everyone's like, oh my god, what's that like?
The collective.
You guys love sex, like.
Yeah.
But it's like
The
you weren't ready
collective-
for all this.
They were like, yeah, the collective decided that they weren't. They were like, you're hot, but it's too hard. Collective decided.
Yeah. Well, then don't fucking approach that. Like, my thing is, like, a lot of people want that intense love, but they're not ready for it, and when it happens, they're intimidated by it.
Trouble.
And it's like, if you're not ready to be stared at and analyzed, and for me to literally look into your soul on the daily when I'm with you, don't fucking date a Scorpio. All right? We're not talking about this like mediocre shit or like over the surface shit. Like, I want to know your deepest, darkest desires. I want to know why you are the way you are. Probably gonna ask you if you got beat up when you were 5. Like, I want to like know all these little things about you that have made you who you are.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to know your trauma. I know that's like really intense, but like I do, because
and
when I trust you, I'm gonna tell you about mine, and that's how we're ultimately gonna understand each other.
Right, but don't be fooled by the Scorpio making you
give
your information first. You know what I mean? And then deciding if they fuck with you. They're gonna make you tell all of your deepest, darkest secrets.
They're like telling them
and I feel like I have to say, I feel like anybody who's watched our channel and like knows me knows I love Scorpios. Like I have like a weird thing for them. You know what I mean? But I would like to say that they really come off like the lower vibrational ones. Not you, honey, not you. They really come off like, oh, I care so much about you. I want to pull this out of you. And then they out here really playing games. They're not doing the things that you were just listing. You are. She is. Others are not. And I don't like you. And I see you.
It's true.
You know what I mean? You cannot deny that Scorpios really be out here.
Let me actually put on the hat of a self-aware Scorpio looking at other Scorpios that are not self-aware. You guys are fucked up. You're shady. You probably should go to therapy because the way your heart probably broke from that one person, you feel like it gives you the right to break multiple people's hearts in your entire lifetime. And it's not okay to be so vengeful towards people that haven't done you wrong just because that one person did you wrong. Like, you probably should deal with that because guess what? Karma is very much real. And I feel like Scorpios, sometimes we think that it doesn't affect us, karma, just because we are so dark and like, you know what I mean? Like underworld shit, like karma, it's not gonna affect me. I'm already a demon. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
out here.
No, like you really, really should be able to go to therapy and figure out why you have all this anger pent up inside of you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, every relationship is gonna feel just as toxic as that first one that broke your heart. You know? And it's just not fair. And, you know, Pluto's influence on Scorpios, we have the power to transform people for the better or for the worse. And you don't want people's memory of you to be that you literally broke them. You want it to be that you helped build them. And there's something real nice about knowing how you built someone.
Right, because I feel like
knowing that
you help bring other people to success, like that's the ultimate testament to your success.
The Drake lyric is, first I made you who you are, and then I made it. So do that. Don't be breaking people down. Build them up, because there's something nice about knowing that like when they get where they are, you're like, yeah, I did that.
Right.
You know?
Or like, don't be wasting your time on them. Don't
exactly.
Be doing that fake shit.
For real, because some of you Scorpios be doing that shit.
Right.
You don't like people, but you stay with them because you have this anger towards them and you want to ruin them.
Right.
And that's so unhealthy.
Trying to take the revenge out from the other person or whatever. Like, I don't know what your issue is. You need to go to therapy, but
Okay, but let's talk about Virgos, number one.
Yes.
Okay, Virgos. I feel like in order for you guys to not be number one, I feel like for you guys to not be number one, you truly, truly, truly need to learn how to take a compliment. Like, I feel like Virgos are so hard to love. Like, there's something really nice and sexy about being with your partner and being able to gas each other up. And I feel like once the gassing up process starts in a relationship with a Virgo, they're like, we don't do that here. we don't compliment each other.
But it's like, don't you know that it's sexy that I find you sexy and you find me sexy?
No,
we're like
they're repulsed by it.
Virgo cannot do that.
They're
for whatever
repulsed.
reason. They're like, too many eyes on me. I'm not being perfect or whatever it is. Like, I can't, like, no, I didn't do this just right or this just right. It's like, Virgo, just because you didn't do everything perfectly doesn't mean that you're not worthy. And it makes you so hard to love, and like it turns other people off to you because it's like, no matter how much love I give, how kind I am to you, you're still like, I don't know. No, thanks, but no thanks. Like, nobody wants to be around that all the time. It starts to make somebody who feels very confident and sexy, who likes to make other people feel confident and sexy, them down.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you know what I mean? It makes you start to question, like, okay, well, if I'm really hot and sexy, and I think that about myself, and I'm telling my partner, you're hot and sexy, and they're not thinking that, I'm like, okay, well, maybe, like, I'm not hot and sexy, because, like, I think that I'm gonna be with somebody who's hot and sexy or whatever it is, you know what I mean? I just feel like you start to doubt yourself and you start to doubt even the words that you're sharing with someone else. You know what I mean? Like, if every day you're saying like, I love you, you're so beautiful, so amazing, and the person isn't receiving it, that makes you start to feel some type of way, honestly.
It affects you.
Yeah.
I sometimes feel like Virgo is so caught off guard when you're complimenting them, because when you tell them, oh my God, I love this shirt on you, in their mind, they translate that to, oh my God, you were looking at me. Oh my God, there is something wrong with me. Oh my God, did you notice that there's something wrong with me? Because that's how their brain operates.
Yeah.
They're always on that frequency of like striving to be perfect. And I feel like when people compliment you, that means that they were paying attention to you. And for them, that freaks them out. So they take a step back and they get cold and they don't know how to react. And it affects people. You know what I mean? And especially your partner that is with you or the person you're dating. Because essentially when you're dating someone, you truly want to make each other feel loved.
Yeah.
And if you're cold, you're unable to do that. You have to feel warm to make each other feel good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not it's not a one-on-one with your boss. It's a fucking relationship. Like, we shouldn't be talking about how we can be better 100% of the time. Maybe 10% of the time in a relationship, let's discuss how we can both work on ourselves to make the relationship better, but not 90% of the time.
But I also, 100%. I 1000% agree. It's like, I just wish Virgos know that you are so worthy of loving. You don't have to be perfect.
Yeah.
Like, you really don't. I feel like they put so much pressure on themselves. And like you said, like, let's say somebody complimented their shirt. Like, I feel like sometimes some of them are like, okay, I don't want to necessarily stand out. And so when somebody compliments me, it's like, oh shit, I'm standing out. So something must be wrong. Something must be off.
Yeah.
And they go into like hypercritical mode. And like, that's not the case. Like, people can love on you and like appreciate all the amazing work that you do, because y'all work hard out here. You do a lot of great stuff. I just wish they would take a second to like respect and appreciate what they did for themselves and acknowledge what the recognition that other people are trying to give to them. Because I feel like too, sometimes they have like a chip on their shoulder of like, oh, I'm out here on my own, I'm fighting so hard. And it's like, people are giving you the recognition, it's just not necessarily like in your perfect way.
They have imposter syndrome,
you know,
honestly.
Hard. So hard.
And I don't know why. You guys are like some of the hardest workers I know. So it's like, you deserve love too. And honestly, I just want to say, Scorpio, Sag, Virgo, Capricorn, whoever the fourth was on the list, I guess you two.
Aquarius.
Aquarius, yes. You all fucking deserve love, okay?
Yes.
And just because we love differently than the typical Cancer, Libra, Pisces, the Leo, WW, we're just different. And like, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And we always say you have a whole chart. It's not just about your sun sign.
Yeah.
You really, really, really just have to find the person that is able to understand your love language and how you express love and how they express love, and really understand that about each other, and know that like when they're doing this act of service, buying you a gift, quality time, that's how they're showing their love to you.
Yeah.
That's why it's so important to date someone that understands your love language. You know, vice versa. You have to understand theirs too, because then you'll know that like, oh, this is how they're showing me they love me. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's why that's just so important.
I feel like that's
so fucking important.
Great dating question to ask, like right off the bat, is like, what is your love language? Because different signs, you know, want different things, and different people like the variations of their signs. Like you said, you have a full chart, so you really want to ask every single person, what's the best way to love you, and act accordingly then. You know what I mean? Like, it's not easy, but I really think that's a very valuable. I think that's
a lot of people don't talk about it.
I want everyone to ask their person, the first that they're starting to date or whatever, that question, what's your love language? So you know how to love them in the way that they want to be loved. Yeah. Because I feel like when, me personally, like I was in relationships in the beginning, I didn't necessarily ask that. And we would be like missing the mark. I was like, oh, well, I want you to love me this way. And he wanted me to love him this way. And it's like, if we would have just talked about it, maybe we could have been a little bit better. It wasn't the right person, but like, maybe it could have been a little bit better. You know? Just talking about it makes it an interesting date too. It does. You know what I mean? It does. I think it's hot, and if they don't know, fucking take the quiz together. Like, there's just so many fun things you can do to learn more about each other. Figure it out. Rather than the usual, like, so what do you do for work? Like, do you really fucking care about that? Like, do you really care about what they do for work? Right. What do you really care about? I'd rather know, what do I have to do to make you feel appreciated, to feel loved and seen. Yes, like, this is like sex language to me. You know what I mean? Like, how can I love you? I'm like, yeah. you know?
But I think a lot of people aren't comfortable discussing that because they also don't know that part of themselves. So it's like, that's why it's so important to know yourself before you start dating, because then you're comfortable talking about yourself. And when they ask you questions about you, you're comfortable discussing them. I feel like a lot of people aren't comfortable with themselves. So when people ask them questions about themselves, they get all triggered and they like want to change the conversation. You have to be truly confident in yourself and love yourself to be able to go and date people and have honest conversations that will lead you both to know each other better, you know?
Yeah, it's not easy having those conversations.
No, but it's insightful.
Yeah.
And ultimately it'll make your relationship easier to navigate the longer it is, because you had those conversations early on, you know? You're not surprised later.
Right.
Because you're like, I didn't even know this. It's like, you could have known. You just didn't ask the right questions at the beginning.
Gotta ask the right questions and then watch their actions as well. Because sometimes they say things and their actions aren't matching it.
And that's when you call them out. You can be like, I see that you said this.
It ain't that.
And this is what you're doing. Please tell me when these two will meet.
Right. Why are we missing?
Yeah.
Why is it going like this rather than like this?
Honestly, I just feel like I want people to keep their partners accountable.
Yeah.
And there's nothing bad about that, and it's time for the pick-me people to stop being pick-me's.
Right.
And understand that there's nothing wrong with holding people accountable when they tell you they're gonna do something and they don't, or their actions don't coincide with, you know, their words.
All right, y'all, thank you so much for watching our episode on our rankings of who was the hardest sign to love and who was the easiest to love. Honestly, we feel like they were
Inaccurate as fuck.
I mean, like, not actually inaccurate, but like, I'm offended.
Inaccurate as fuck.
I'm really offended.
No, I think they were so inaccurate. If you want to know my list, I will tell you.
Actually, we should make a list. That would be fun.
We should. If you guys want to see that, we'll do that. Comment down below if you want us to do that.
So comment down below with how you felt about this list. You know what I mean? Like Sarah and I said, if you're interested in hearing our personal lists, comment down below with that too. Okay, we're gonna link our socials up here. We post on our YouTube every Monday and Thursday, and our podcast every Tuesday. If you haven't checked that out, do that, because we're gonna go deeper into this conversation. And yeah, we'll see y'all later. Bye.